Alright, so we decided to do a little segment known as Phobia of the Week. Because there's so many phobias out there, and there is literally a phobia of everything. That's a phobia too. I just don't know the name of it.
Pentaphobia.
Is that what it is?
The fear of everything.
Our phobia of the week this week is a phobia known as Coulrophobia. This phobia is a fear of clowns. Clowns and mimes. It's a very difficult phobia for us to talk about. It's okay.
The Big Apple Circus, it brings back so many horrific memories.
Freaking Dumbo.
Pennywise.
The clown from Poltergeist. Coulrophobia is actually a lot more common than people probably realize. For example, hello, the two people hosting this. It's actually a lot more common than I think people realize because people seem to be under the impression that clowns make people happy, but almost everyone I've ever asked hates clowns, thinks they're creepy, thinks they're obnoxious, something along those lines, and not almost everyone, but a lot of people I have met actually have a fear of clowns. There was a special on Coulrophobia in which they tried to help a woman get over her fear of clowns by having her look at a book full of clown pictures, had her try to deal with clown toys like Jack in the Boxes and things like that. And then the ultimate way they decided to try and get over it is with the system known as flooding, in which case you're exposed to a large amount of what you're afraid of suddenly. So they decided to put her in a room with a few other people and then bring in a clown to try and help her get over her fear. And I didn't watch the rest of the special because I ran out of the room screaming.
I would die.
Clowns are, in fact, very creepy, though, and I can understand why people are afraid of them. Because, one, the makeup is very off-putting. It's really not funny. It's more just...
creepy and abnormal.
A lot of clowns in movies and stuff are also very creepy. The clown from Poltergeist, Pennywise. There's a movie called Killer Clowns from Space, which you can guess what the, plot of the movie is from the title. And just, there's a lot of creepy clowns and things. The clowns in Dumbo are creepy for crying out loud, and that's a Disney movie.
Also, while she's thinking The Devil's Rejects, the captain, if any of you seen Devil's Rejects, the Rob Zombie movie, the sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses, one of the creepiest villains ever, right next to the dude from Care Bears in Wonderland. Like, right next to that.
His demon face.
Yeah. Oh my god. Scariest face in the entire world. If you haven't seen it, look up the Nostalgia Critics review and it will, scare your pants off. If it didn't when you were little, it will still scare your pants off to this day. Because it is creepy. It's like a 2-second freeze frame.
Another reason clowns are creepy is because killer clowns, they exist. And I'm not talking about that are in Killer Clowns from Space. Or the creepy ones from the circus who we always think are going to follow us home. There was actually a murderer. And he is known as the Killer Clown Killer. Killer Clown Killer. Something like that. The Killer Clown Murderer, whatever. And basically, in his free time, he dressed up as a clown. He'd go entertain people at parties, he'd go to kids' parties, he would, just do whatever. This boy went missing, and there was a weird connection from the boy to this guy. They ended up finding out all these young boys, who were 15, 14, who had gone missing, all had this strange connection to this guy. And they'd all go missing after interacting with this guy. And so they went to the guy's house and they couldn't really find anything, but they ended up finding dead bodies of all the boys who had gone missing in the guy's basement.
Some mimes.
Mimes. Mimes are almost creepier because they can't make noise.
But a mime is a terrible thing to waste. Had to throw Mel Brooks in there. The movie It. Just in general. I cried at the Big Apple Circus because the grandmother got this close to my face. It was like, Clavius in the second Swan Princess movie dresses up as a clown. And I'd always have to skip over that scene because it would creep the bejesus out of me. The guy from the first Air Bud movie, Norm, what's his name?
Yeah!
Maybe
that's why Air Bud affects me so much, because he abuses an animal and he's dressed as a clown.
Yeah.
And I like dogs, and I don't like when they're abused.
I love golden retrievers.
I know you have one.
I do.
For all those supernatural fans out there, like myself, you all remember the episode Everybody Loves a Clown. In which case, you haven't seen it.
I know.
In which case, a killer clown illusion sneaks into people's houses at night. Well, actually, children let him into the house at night, and he actually kills the parents. But that is the only episode of Supernatural that I cannot watch again, because it literally gave me nightmares for like a month.
I'm sorry. Are you feeling okay?
I know. It's the
can't watch an episode of Supernatural?
I've watched every single one.
What is this
more than
madness?
I know. I saw it when it aired, when it first aired, when season 2 started, but I have yet to actually be able to sit through it again. I know. I deserve a pat on the back for even trying that first time. It's really weird though, because as much as I have a fear of clowns, I absolutely have no problem with the Joker.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I really don't get why, because you think
I think it's a great character.
Since he literally is a psycho clown killer, you think I'd be terrified, because he's everything I fear, but like I actually adore the Joker.
Probably one of my favorite villains, like top 5
I'm pretty sure
villains.
he is. I mean, everyone always says the Joker, but he actually is just fantastic. That's the last thing I need.
The Joker and Harley.
She too is fantastic.
The Joker plus Harley.
It's magic.
And clowns.
It's really funny though, because clowns in the circus, when you go see them, are always very like, their acts depend on the other clowns, and it's creepy beyond reasoning, but they're always kind of planned out. And I always thought it was interesting because the Joker and Harley are like a clown act, but they don't mesh well. Like, she will listen to what he says and do it, but they don't actually mesh well, which makes it even more interesting because they're like a failed clown act.
That's why I like Cirque du Soleil a lot.
Because Cirque du Soleil is almost like all clown-ish things, but I
they're more clown, like they're more acrobatic than.
See, that's the part of circuses I like, is the acrobats.
Yeah.
Which is why Cirque du Soleil I don't have a problem with, but
I've seen it twice.
A regular circus where they all up in your face and they're like, and they're like, dun 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 dun. Yeah.